Hey everyone, today we're looking at our CLI tool and presenting it from a simplified perspective. Testmo works with any test automation tool and framework using the Testmo CLI tool, which allows you to monitor status of your test automation runs and report test automation results to Testmo in real time. In this video, you'll learn how to configure a basic setup of the Testmo CLI so you can integrate Testmo with your existing CI/CD and test automation workflows. You'll see how it provides the most intuitive and hassle-free flow to get your automation runs into Testmo. So before we walk through an example of setting up the CLI, let's look at a quick overview of Testmo's command line interface, or CLI. So with our CLI tool, you can simply submit a JUnit-style XML report of your test automation results to Testmo. JUnit-style XML reports are one of the most common ways to report the results of your test automation, and almost every major test automation tool or framework includes support for JUnit reporters like Playwright, Selenium, Cypress, Appium, PyTest, Cucumber, Robot Framework, Postman, and many others. A couple of notes before jumping to the examples. The Testmo CLI is distributed as an NPM package, which makes it very easy to install with a simple command in your existing CI pipelines or in your local machines. We actually have a page of it right here. If you're missing something to install, there are easy guides to achieve the requirements as well. We'll leave those in the description. And for the GitHub example, we'll be using an example repository available to everyone. Just go to testmo.com. You can find our testing guides here, and you can select the first testing guide we have here for GitHub Actions, and here under the initial repository and GitHub Actions, you'll actually find the articles repository on GitHub. Now, since running this locally is something you might want to do when you're first starting to use the Testmo CLI, we'll showcase how that works first. Let's get started with something really easy. As I mentioned, we're using this template result file we have here. As you can see, it's fairly large, has multiple test cases and properties for each of the tests, which is extremely useful. With some additional comments, you can actually read through to better understand how this JUnit XML structure kind of works. We're adding this document to the description just in case, should you like to follow along. It could be essential for you to understand the expected JUnit structure. Now, having the XML file ready here with the data from the document we've just presented you with, we've added the XML result file to an actual results folder just to have something extra in terms of path. Now, let's open the terminal. We'll be needing a token, so let's grab that from the profile in Testmo. Go here into your profile, and under API access here, click on change, and here you can add an API key. As you can see, I've already added one. So I've added the token as an environment variable and enforced its use just to make sure we don't need to pass along the token in the command itself. Let's now add the required values for everything inside the command. We start with the instance's URL. You can add yours here, just after the instance parameter. The project ID, I'm using project 1, but you can point to any of yours. The ID is the last digit in the URL under the overview page of your project, but you can also see it here under the information dropdown next to the project name. Next, we have the run's name. So this can be virtually anything related to your run. After the name, we have the source. You can point to an existing source or actually write in a new source name. If you do, it'll be created alongside the run. Regardless, they'll be available under the source tab under automation. As you can see, they will then contain any run attached to them. Tags are entirely optional, but should you want to add any, you could do it here. And last but not least, we'll be pointing to the location, the path of the actual result file. Now let's run it. There we go. We get a successful output with this data. Now let's jump into our runs and results under automation in Testmo. And this is what it looks like in Testmo. It perfectly matches the expected structure given the example we've used. Now let's jump into the GitHub example. So this is a very simple GitHub repository we have. You can actually find this one in our guides, as I mentioned before. Let's take a quick look into the YAML file. Notice how in this case we're using variables for both the token and the URL. So under the instance parameter, you actually have Testmo URL. Let's add those in GitHub actually. You can do so under settings, secrets and variables, actions, and secrets. You can simply add new repository secret and one for both in this case for Testmo token and Testmo URL. Now when running the workflow, the system will be able to pull the variables from here. Now going back into the YAML test file, let's actually take a look at the command and look how it kind of almost matches what we had before. So obviously we've switched the name of the instance, the URL of the instance for the variable. So notice how there are actually two extras here, the resources parameter and here npm run. We'll go into more details on these later on, but for now, just to give you an idea, this one will actually add extra fields at a thread level, and this one is actually made to record console output and test times. So assuming everything is correct on your side, so assuming you've corrected the data here to match what you need on your side and added the variables, you should be able to come into actions and just run this. As you can see, I've already actually run it once on my side and it went just fine. So let's run it again. And there we go. Let's confirm on the Testmo side. Awesome. As you can see, we do have something extra here in terms of output and the run details. A few tests which you can go through. It's that simple. There's a lot that can be done with it, but thinking about the foundation, this is it. And that's pretty much it for the simplified walkthrough. Hope this can be of some assistance on your journey to mastering the full spectrum of capabilities of Testmo. If you have any questions on this or any other topic, or suggestions on what you'd like to see next in Testmo in our channel, feel free to drop a comment or reach out to us directly. You can find all of our other tutorials in the channel, and there's a lot more coming in the future, so stay tuned. Have a good one. Bye.